Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I wanted to go over my upper body workout that I do once a week. This is my main, I would say, quote unquote, push workout that I do for the week. It targets my shoulders, chest, a little bit of triceps, and just overall upper body. It has a little bit of back in there too. This workout only takes me about 45 minutes, maybe an hour at the most if I'm feeling, I don't know, adventurous. I'm doing a few other things. As someone with a busy life, I think you can fit this in, whether it's once a week, twice a week. My split is pretty even across the board, where I do a push, I do legs, I'll do a pull, arms, and then sometimes arms will switch off with full body. It's kind of a weird split. But yeah, so today's video, I'm going to be going over the upper body workout. Let's get into it. So to start off every single workout, I usually like to warm my body up. This is something that I am a big advocate for. I think everyone should warm up a little bit, at least before going into any heavy lifting or any lifting in general. I think if you don't have time to warm up your entire body, I think it's at least important to warm up the body parts that you're working. So in this case, I'm going to do, after this exercise, I'm doing shoulder military press. So what I'm doing in this exercise is, this first one is what I like to call tennis warm up. And the reason I call it this is because I was actually shown this exercise from some of the D1 players for the University of Utah. And a lot of professional tennis players use it. And it's where you grab one of those like elastic bands and you tie it to something and you really emphasize firing up like your back delts, side delts, and it really gets your whole shoulder just really fired up. So I found a way to do it on the cable machine. You don't need any accessory or anything, but this is what I usually do to warm up. And I will do 3 total sets. Well, technically I do 6 total sets, and I do 3 different variations of the exercise. I do one where I am going on the outside, one where I go inside, and then one where I call it the 90 degree, where I go up and out and my arm is at a 90-degree angle. This usually hits every single part of my delt, a little less the front delt, but it gets me really warm, and it honestly is perfect for every other exercise following after. So this brings us into the main exercise of today's workout, and that is military press. Now, I like to do military press right after I warm up because that is the lift I'm going to need the most strength for. I always like to incorporate at least one compound movement. I consider military press a compound movement just because you're using basically your entire upper body, even a little bit of legs just for stability. And this is the main lift that I'm trying to get the best on, or at least trying to make the most progress on. And right now I am just working up to, I think, 105, which is 30 pounds on each side with the bar. And as you can see, I will start to struggle really hard. I think this first set I get 12 with 10 on each side, and then I go up 10, and then I get maybe 8, and then I go up another 10, and then I think I only got like 1. I was feeling kind of weak today, at least the time I recorded this video. I was starting to get a little sick. I'm starting to feel better now, but the main focus for this is just to have really good form and to just really, really like not try to cheat. There's a lot of like, you can kind of bounce up and do it, but I really want to kind of emphasize form over anything right now. I am coming back from an injury. That will be a separate video, I think. And while you're injured, I feel like it's really, really important to focus on not re-injuring yourself, like not doing any movements that aggravated it or anything. And I feel like that can happen. Even I have a hip injury right now, but even with military press, if I do a little like a little like that, it'll really aggravate it. So yes, if you take anything from this video, I would say really, really focus on good form over anything. Don't worry about putting on so much weight. yet, and really go for uh, form over weight, and then you can start adding weight as you go on. And another big thing that I am trying to work on too is progressive overload. I've always been a big believer in progressive overload. Basically, what that is it's just progressively adding more weight the more sets as the sets go on. So the first set, I do, what do I do? I do 10, 60, 65, and then I go up another 20, 85. And I go up another 20 to 105. My main goal with military press is I really want to get at least one rep. Oh well, maybe at least 5 reps with a plate on each side, which is 135. That's when you have to be you gotta be really strong for that. So that is kind of what I'm working towards. And yeah, so that is the main lift. And then right after military press, okay, so right here I actually throw in just one set of squats just to see how my hip's doing. I can't go down as much as I want to yet, but just to see how it's going, it's starting to feel a lot better, which I'm really happy with. But yeah, I always just like to test it out, and when I'm in the squat rack, I I just want to see how the squat is feeling. I will be making a leg day video very soon as well. Okay, so with that main lift out of the way, my shoulders are pretty cooked at this point. So I'm just kind of doing more accessory work. So the next thing I go into is shoulder flies. These are pretty self-explanatory. I'm really just trying to get that burn again. I try to do 2 variations of this one, where I go just like the normal way that you see, and then I'll have my palms facing outward, and that is just like another. It kind of hits a little bit different part of the deltoid, and I feel like it just really maximizes it. So yeah, sweet. So right after shoulder flies, I will kind of mix it up, and I go actually into pull-ups. I know this is like a push workout, but since it is upper body, and I think pull-ups are one of the best exercises you can do in general. So I'm really trying to get good at pull-ups. Like I want to get like 50 in a row with like really good form. Um, right now, I think I get like 12 or something. These ones I really try to emphasize going to failure. I think going to failure on any exercise is really good, but especially for pull-ups, I think it's a really good way to track your progress. And it's just a really humbling exercise. I feel like pull-ups are something that everyone should do, but if you can get 5, I think you're strong. And I think I got 10 or 12 in this first set. So yeah, I'm feeling good with the pull-ups. Hopefully there'll come a time where I can get 50 in a row. That'll be insane. But I'm gonna keep practicing those. Yeah, I just want to say I think form is really important on this one. Like no cheating, no kind of kipping. I think that's what they call it. I really try to go really slow and controlled, and yeah, they're just pull-ups. They're one of my favorite exercises, so I think they're good. And yeah, sweet. So then I'm on to the last workout or last exercise of the workout, and that is dips. I think dips are another great body weight exercise that really emphasize your chest, your triceps, and your shoulders. I think it's just an overall really good upper body, and it kind of goes really well with pull-ups. I like doing pull-ups and dips together. Like pull-ups is like a pull, and dips is like a push. And a long time ago, my dad said that transition between push and pull is a really good way to kind of give that muscle a little bit of rest, but also really pushing it. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but alternating between push and pull is good, and it's worked out for me. And then same thing with these. I like to try to go to failure. I'm at the end of this workout, and I'm feeling pretty gassed at this point. So dips are feeling pretty tough, but I think it's just very good to go to failure, at least for these calisthenic looking exercises. And yeah, that's actually honestly pretty much it. I think that is a good synopsis of what I usually do. So I do this workout once a week, usually right after I get off work. It's usually like 10 o'clock or something at that point. And if I need 45 minutes just to get into the gym, I can really bust this out quick. And this is by no means a video of like, oh, you should do this workout if you have time. Like, I would totally recommend just finding what's right for you. I would definitely recommend, trying out some of these exercises, but also just kind of, this is what works for me. And I think this is what's been working for me for about, I'm on like week 5 now of doing this consistently. And I've seen some really good progress, especially with my strength. I think right now my goal is strength over anything, and putting on a little bit of size. And, I think I am kind of getting that. And overall, I'm very happy with my progress. So, yeah, I think this one ended up being maybe 45 minutes, which is not too long. I used to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym at one point, but I just don't really have time for that anymore. So I thought this would be a good alternative. And yeah, so that is about it for today's video. I just want to kind of showcase what I do for the workout. And I wanted to say thank you for watching this. And still don't really know where I'm going with this channel, and I want to do more lifestyle fitness stuff. So I think this is kind of a good glimpse of what my day looks like on Mondays. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. I will post another video about my injury. I'll post another video about maybe my lower body workout. And yeah, like I said, I'm just be posting videos once a week for an entire year. And no matter what that'll be, hopefully I'll find some sort of niche or balance when that time comes. But until then, I will catch you guys soon. I'm getting cold. But I'll catch you guys next week for the next video. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. And peace.